Hello, Michael. How you doing today?
Hello, Eddie. I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking, Michael. Today, I want to learn more about your sales as a service offering so that users of the Cloutas Marketplace taking a look at this listing can decide whether they want to invite you for an interview for their request or not. As always, the three questions that I want to cover with you start with who is the best fit for this sales as a service offering?
The best fit is normally B2B startups and scale ups, which are already on the European market or just going to the European market, especially to Benelux, France, and UK. So, ideally, your SaaS product, yet we have been working with various B2B and not just solutions, but services as well. So, basically, if you're going to European market, you want to understand what are the best practices and to get your first results and your first customers, then we are a go-to agency with our sales as a service solution.
Okay, perfect. Now, this could be a company with, as you said, in Europe, going to a different country, or maybe would it also be a good fit for a new company launching or trying to get demand for a newly developed product as well?
Yeah, absolutely. We've been helping many startups. Obviously, we can help to structure the sales and to really kick off the sales activities. To be honest, it's a bit easier with the companies who have tried a bit, but they understand that they really need a push. Yet the new companies are also great, and we can work out the go-to-market strategy from scratch and help from scratch, avoiding many mistakes and just to make sure the sales journey of a new company goes smoothly. So both are fine.
Both, yeah, new companies as well as established ones. If they
Yeah.
just want more, let's say, bandwidth and effort in outbound. And you were mentioning before we started the recording as well that this is a service that will allow them to get salespeople to take the sales conversations as far as they want. So only to let's say set appointments for you, or all the way to close deals. Which leads me then to my second question for you to unpack what I'm just mentioning. What are the
Yeah.
components of this service offer? Please walk us through this.
This product offers an extensive onboarding, first of all, based on 2 to 3 video calls where we analyze your company based on 28 key aspects. And this way, we build a unique go to market strategy. So, on top of that, we work out the scripts and sequences, we analyze the competition, we acquire the database to make sure that we target the right people to promote the company and sell its product or solution. And we execute the sales campaign in accordance to the basis we have created during the onboarding. Normally, it's 2 to 3 days a week when the dedicated sales representative from our team is working for you. And we take care about the working space, the motivation, management aspects, and control, as well as the required tools like phone number, the calling solution, CRM, etc. So basically, we organize weekly meetings on top of that to deliver the reports and present the solution for the challenges we're facing. Because, well, you can plan as much as you want, but when you're in the field, you meet the reality and you have to respond. So this is what we discuss together. We bring you the solutions and you sort of need to agree on them to keep going. And I can tell that this is the most flexible yet bespoke solution for sales externalization on the local market here in Europe. Because
Fantastic, Michael. Mhm.
like we have discussed before, it can be just solely the prospection or the lead generation or meetings generation or the demos or closing the deals or the wholesale cycle. So here we really focus on what the customer needs and help the customer to achieve the results on every step where our help is needed.
That makes complete sense. And there's a couple of things I want to double click, Michael. I really love your answer when you mentioned they get a dedicated rep, but it doesn't have to be full time. 2, 3 days a week is good enough to generate demand. And as you said, this can still be customized based on your client needs. If they need a lot of appointment setting and they have very good closers already, then have this person work mostly on booking meetings,
Yeah.
qualifying leads. If they don't have a sales team, if their core, if their strongest suit is building a great application but not really selling it, not really closing those deals, then your rep may be able to take the conversations all the way until you close them. But then
Yeah.
you also mentioned you provide the working space, you provide the motivation, you provide some of the tools. You mentioned the CRM dialer. I wanted to maybe dig a little bit more on the roles that are working on delivering the service, maybe on the front line, as is the rep that you mentioned is dedicated. But since you mentioned there's motivation, there's a management layers, I want to learn also what are those other roles that maybe they're not paying for directly, but they get as part of the service, working behind the scenes, supporting the delivery of the service or of the offer.
Yeah.
Are there any
Absolutely.
maybe content writers, data analysts? Please share a little bit more for us.
Yeah, great question, Eddie. So the thing is that there is the sales representative dedicated to your project, like I told before, normally 2 to 3 days a week. And let me be honest, normally when you're going to a new market, you do not need a full-time employee because the full-time employee will do some work and then he or she will have lots of free time, let's say, to get the burnout and stuff. So we just avoid it. So basically, you have the person for a specific set of tasks and for a specific time when the person is really dedicated into delivering the result. So there is no time to be sad. There is no time to worry about one more no. It's only the time to go for the yes we want to get from the customer. As of the roles, so there is the sales representative who is managed by the sales campaign manager, who is also responsible for the weekly reporting and delivering the new solutions. So basically, there is the dedicated salesperson who is hands, and there is the brain slash manager on top of him who is analyzing the whole thing, how it's going, where to push more, where to alterate the approach, etc. So basically, you're paying for one person, but you're receiving two people. And the presence of this campaign manager helps you to really focus on your product and to really spend 1 hour a week to see how the sales are going. So, what a
Perfect.
beautiful solution, right?
Excellent. No, I like it. I like it because then, as a client, as a hiring company, I don't have to micromanage every resource that you are putting at my disposal. I just communicate with this high level person that's going to cascade down all the changes, all the updates in the campaign, or update me on all the nuances that I can maybe take some action to continue to improve the relationship together. And I guess in that case, that leads me to my last question. If you can just walk us through what a client typically receives, what could they expect if they were to hire you for this service? How does the first 120 days look like from an onboarding, getting set up, and a going live standpoint? Where can they start seeing some results? Please share some of that with us.
Yeah, absolutely. So, well, in the first 120 days, you should expect the growing brand awareness within the audience of choice. That's the first thing. Then the second thing is the average number of 12 to 15 meetings with SQLs at least, and even some new customers as already part of Roy. And every case is unique, but it's our goal to exceed your expectations. So challenge us, and we will impress you.
Okay, that sounds fantastic, Michael. Well, I think that paints a very good picture. Thank you for providing more details about your sales as a service offering so that users of the CloudTools marketplace can decide whether this is the right fit for them or not. If you're growing in Europe, if you're expanding, definitely take a look, go to the marketplace. There's other services that WinPeo can offer. So I guess, Michael, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for sharing this information, and I will catch you on the next session.
Thank you, Eddie. Have a lovely day.
Awesome. You too. Bye bye.